Good afternoon, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro. We are under a weather impact alert. So I'm already tracking a couple strong to even some severe thunderstorms blossoming from our western cities and counties, tracking to the northeast. Right now I have both airports highlighted because that's the latest development from these storm systems. They are causing some impacts to travel. Delays at both airports are clocking in right now anywhere between an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And the reason behind that is, even though the storms aren't severe at the moment, they are producing a lot of thunder and lightning, and planes are grounded anytime there's lightning in the vicinity within 10 miles. So because of that, be mindful of travel getting impacted for the duration of your Monday, because these thunderstorms are going to last us throughout the afternoon and even into the evening. There was a cluster of thunderstorms that pushed from Sealy, now getting closer towards Walker County, passing through Waller County, moving towards Montgomery. So this is just northwest of Cypress. This was the initial thunderstorm cell that was producing rotation. I'll show you that in a moment. And then right behind it, the same area, seeing another cluster of storms with quite a bit of intensity. Right now, brand new, right as we're speaking, a special weather statement issued by the National Weather Service. It looks strong. Let's see what they're looking at as far as the risks are concerned. The potential of some small hail, about a quarter of a size in diameter, and some wind, about 30 miles an hour. So definitely below the severe criteria. Wind would need to be closer to 60 miles an hour for this to be a severe thunderstorm, but it's still a strong one. So we'll have to watch it until 1:15. So for the next 45 minutes, the special weather statement is up, issued by the National Weather Service. So Berkshire, Cinco Ranch, and Katy all under this polygon. So these are spots that you don't want to be caught in outside. The National Weather Service has also issued a tornado watch. So all of these counties highlighted in red, a good chunk of southeast Texas and pushing into North Texas and closer towards Louisiana too. These are areas that have a higher likelihood of seeing some spin-ups. So for us, that is Washington, Austin, Grimes, Waller, Fort Bend, Harris County, Montgomery, Walker, San Jacinto, Polk, and Liberty. Those are the areas that are under our umbrella of Southeast Texas, the areas that we service. You'll notice that lasts until 7 o'clock in the evening. And it's not just for the potential of rotation, but these thunderstorms could also bring in other severe hazards. I'll talk about that in a moment. We've already seen this happen about an hour ago, is when the National Weather Service issued a tornado warning near the Sealy area. So we are watching this couplet here. This is a timestamp from 11 to 11:30 in the morning. So this is an old scan, but I want to show you what these thunderstorms are capable of producing moving forward. So when you see the green on our rotation detector, this is the velocity. It's what we call velocity, but it really just captures rotation in the atmosphere. The green shows air that is moving towards the radar. The red picks up on wind that is moving away from the radar. So typically when we have a thunderstorm, we see, either wind moving towards the radar or wind moving away. When we have individual areas, individual couplets that have wind moving in different directions, that gives us the heads up, hey, this is a couplet. This particular zone is rotating, independent of the outskirt thunderstorm, and it has the potential of reaching the ground, which hence has the potential of producing a tornado. So that's going to be something that we monitor throughout the day. This particular cell is not showing rotation, although I am going to just have a look inside the cell to see if we've got either any debris signatures, any shear. So yeah, there's a little bit of shear, which means wind that is moving in different directions at different heights. So that's just north of Wallace. Let's see how many lightning strikes we've got for this particular cell, because this one was a pretty strong one. So number of strikes over the last 10 minutes, 95. That is significant. It is also giving us some heavy downpours. I'm not seeing much by way of hail potential, but it definitely has the possibility of producing some small hail, which is why it has that special weather statement tag. So this is the rotation detector. You'll notice there's a couplet there. So there's the green air, wind moving towards the radar, and then there's the red right in the middle of it. So that's an independent area of rotation. It's elongated, which is why I don't think the National Weather Service is going to issue anything for this particular thunderstorm yet. If this becomes a little bit tighter, more consolidated, more in like a circular motion instead of this kind of elongated motion, then that would get a tag for the potential of rotation. But for now, it looks like they're looking at it for some small hail and for some gusty wind, of course, in addition to the heavy rain. So far this morning, we've had a couple of areas with some radar indicated small pea-sized hail. Pea-sized hail means that it could bring some minor damage to vegetation. So maybe a couple of your rose gardens get a little beaten up a bit, but it's not a hail that's large enough to cause much more damage than that. Oh, and then there's another special weather statement that's just been issued. So we'll go ahead and zoom into that one. And this is for Grimes County into Walker. Oh, I guess we got to get a little bit closer to get some more details on that. There it is. So this is for Loma area, just north of San Jacinto, up towards FM 1696 for the same thing. So some small pea-sized hail and some wind that's at around 30 miles an hour. So we've got two different special weather statements in the area. This is a wider view to kind of get your bearings. So this is just barely missing beat eyes. It's just northeast of Carlos and north of Richards. If it holds together, it looks like it's going to pass north of Huntsville, so not impacting Huntsville all that much. It really is for Loma, and then it's going to move out of the area, potentially giving a couple of at least moderate showers to Pine Prairie, and then it moves off towards Trinity. But again, this is just round one of several hours of some severe thunderstorm potential that we have, which is why we're under a weather impact alert. This evening, we'll see that storm threat continue to grow. So from now all the way through the overnight hours into early Tuesday is when we have to monitor radar closely for some of these thunderstorms to give us rotation, to give us some gusty wind, and produce a hail threat. We're already seeing travel impacts, both airports showing delays, Bush and Hobby around an hour to an hour and a half delays so far. So even if you weren't planning to fly out of here or picking up a relative that's flying in, and you had some late night plans on your Monday, I would try to postpone those because it's going to be a pretty messy day and it's just not worth it to be out and about. Why? Because tomorrow looks a lot better, and so does Wednesday, and so does our Thanksgiving Thursday. It's just today that's in red that's highlighted as our weather impact alert that we should be more cautious about. Throughout the afternoon, we'll continue to monitor much of what we've already seen. So some of these storms on the strong to severe side out ahead of the main line. Now by 4 o'clock, the line starts getting closer to Bryan College Station, passing through Huntsville and Spring by 8, getting towards downtown by around between 10 to midnight, and then pushing towards Galveston right around 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning. This line again brings us another chance of some strong to severe storms. Not a lot of rain associated with this. A couple spots could pick up a quick heavy downpour like Huntsville. Maybe you get 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, but then the further south that you go, especially south of the I-10 corridor, rain totals start to drop off. So about a half an inch all the way to an inch and a half. It's really about the severe risk that is what's putting us under a weather impact alert instead of the rainfall, because we're not expecting flooding. The severe threat today is a level 2 on the 1 to 5 scale. The severe components outside of the tornado threat, which we talked about, which is why we're under a tornado watch, we'll look for some wind damage and the potential of a hailstorm. That is for southeast Texas, including Harris County, into Louisiana and into Mississippi. Now, why am I showing you this wider view? In case you had any driving plans out east, not a good idea to venture there either, at least not for today. Again, tomorrow things change and look a lot better. The rest of the travel forecast looks like this. East Coast is pretty much in the clear. For the plains, the Great Lakes, it all looks good. It's cloudy. There's a couple showers, but nothing severe. Montana is getting some snow, so difficult travel there. But elsewhere, it's pretty quiet. Seattle has the run-of-the-mill thunder showers that it typically gets, and Oregon has cloudy conditions, but really not much else. The West Coast, Bay Area down to SoCal looks really good. For us right now, it's definitely cloudy and stormy looking, and it is plenty warm. We're at 78, up by 9 degrees from yesterday. This is the fuel that the thunderstorms are going to use. The warmth and the humidity out there creates instability. When that colder, drier air mass rolls in, those two collide, and that's what creates that line of thunderstorms. So a 70% chance for that this evening. We're in red because it's a weather impact alert. We're still pretty warm tomorrow. That high maxes out upper 70s to low 80s, and then we're down to 70 on Wednesday. And continuing to drop our temperatures through Thursday, 68 degrees. It'll be a beautiful Thanksgiving Day forecast. Not to mention the mornings will be spectacular in the 40s. So we are going to see a nice cool down behind this weather impact alert day. 40s for Thursday morning, significant because a lot of folks are going to be doing turkey trots, myself included. So just remember to bundle up, but I think you'll be tracking a faster pace on your Thursday morning, aided by that cooler air. Have a Black Friday, lots of shopping to be had. Luckily, it is a nice, comfortable day. No umbrellas necessary. If you're shopping through the weekend, though, that is when you are going to want to watch radar again. We're tracking your next front and your next rain chance. Both days have equal chances right now, but as we get closer to that timeline, we'll fine-tune it for you and be able to tell you which is the better day to be out and about and which is the better day to take it slow. Today is definitely the day to take it slow. Anytime you see a red bar on our 7-day forecast, a weather impact alert day, that means you want to minimize the amount of time you're exposed outside, and you want to pay close attention to the weather forecast and updates that are going to be issued throughout the day. Now, because we have that tornado watch up in effect and we're expecting some more severe thunderstorms, we will likely cut into programming throughout the day. So just know if you're watching your favorite show and we come on the air, it's for an important reason. And then if you're just looking for updates throughout the day, check back in right here. KHOU 11 Plus is where we're going to have live streams. We'll have another update coming up here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, another one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And if something happens in between those time frames, we'll be back on to make sure you are up to date on what you need to know and what's getting a little closer towards your neighborhood. Then on the TV side, meteorologist Chris Ramirez is here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and our chief meteorologist, David Paul, here to walk you through this weather impact alert day at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. And he is staying overnight to make sure that front clears without any hiccups. And if there are hiccups, that he gives you proper warning so that you are able to make adjustments. All right, have a great Monday, and don't forget to make sure you have your alerts turned on so we can notify you when the severe storms roll in.